Welcome one and all to Rogue Live, where tonight we are continuing with Strange Antiquities. We are on day 6. I believe there are 18 days, if I counted correctly, in this game. After years of working in a thundering mill, I'm afraid I'm quite deaf. I've tried St. John's Poppy, but you're looking for a more permanent solution. You'd love to be able to hear your niece's laughter. I mean, that's... You need a hearing charm. I have a hearing charm. For that, he gave us the entry on Veiled Fen. Brightly colored in the light, but in the clouds, over after a short period in total darkness. Oh, but it clouds over. Oh my goodness. I had a moment. They can be used to command attention from individuals or small groups of people. Public speakers sometimes use them as a substitute for charisma. Oh, and that was the end of day 6, no less. Okay, well, I see no reason to tarry. At camp that night, one of the pair had awoken with pain in his left eye. He was alert to the threat at once, recognizing two things at the same time. One, a part of his mind was not his own, and two, the casket wanted to be opened. Come on, no. Trace the shape of the lady, apparently. The maiden in the tower points the way. I am buried among the trees. The maiden in the tower points the way. Maiden in the tower. I mean, it looks like there could be a tower here. Is there anything that... Jacob's Folly, perhaps? It looks like it could be a lighthouse. Suppose we can explore there briefly. Later, Rosalind built the folly in memory of her husband lost to the lake, or so the story goes. Now it stands, wind-worn and empty, overlooking the water. I checked the turret just in case, but nothing but dust and old stones. Love doesn't leave much behind. Okay. Maybe this means a castle tower, huh? Could always try this. I mean, that was an error. Understood. Not seeing any signs otherwise of a tower that has a statuette in it. Galfrey's Tower? I climb the narrow winding stair to the top of the tower and am rewarded with views across Lake Undermere. I'm not alone in the tower. Standing in the center of the circular platform is a statue of a young woman, the maiden. Her outstretched arm points due east across the rooftops of Undermere and beyond. Okay, so the statue points due east. In the mossy wood. That's due east from the tower. I find what I'm looking for in a small cavity carved into a sturdy oak tree. I look around, half expecting to see someone, but there is nobody there. Take my prize and leave, feeling my mood lifted by the smell of damp moss and the gentle rush of wind through the treetops. And for that we get a little statuette thingy. It looks familiar. Looks like it belongs with this. Also with something else that we have. Okay, Jupiter. No, we haven't found anything that fits in that yet. Walked up the back a mile or so in the cold and wet yesterday and found a section with a handful of dead fish floating in it. Belly up and blackened. Not sure what to make of it, but I don't like it. Going to Calgarth Hall. Spoke to Dr. Robertson earlier, and he said the 2 women they found there are still in the same state as the others, in a trance and eyes all black. Before I go, Anna Bryant asked me to drop this off. When we were kids, we used to explore an abandoned house on the lakefront. We'd take a boat out to the northern tip of Naylor Island and row across from there. You know the one I'm talking about, second from the left in the row of 4. I found myself outside its door 3 days ago, and I went inside for old time's sake. I wish I hadn't. It always had an ominous feel to it. It has taken me the last 3 days to summon the courage to write this letter, but I think it's better you see for yourself what's out there. Okay. Abandoned house on the lakefront. Take a boat to the northern tip of Naylor Island. It's here. And row across from there. You know what I'm second from the left in the row of 4. So this one. I don't know what I was expecting to find. Anna's letter was quite vague after all, but I certainly wasn't prepared for this. In an alcove of the house, peering out through loose mortar and crumbling brick, is a macabre shrine of sorts. The skull of a stag is mounted above the opening, its antlers smeared with a dark red substance, and large melted candles pool out onto the wooden floor on either side. In the center of the altar, there is a small iron chest, rusted and fused to the floor. It's clear that it has been here for a long time. I do not see any hinge or keyhole or any way of opening it at all. But after a while, I notice an inscription that says simply, "I open to the voice." I open to the voice. Uh-huh. The voice. The voice of Serranus? Perhaps? Just too good at solving puzzles. The chest opens to reveal a golden totem. I can't imagine who would have stashed it here or why, but it doesn't look like they're coming back for it anytime soon. He's a kitty! Okay. Let's see here. Light pink gemstone, gold. Okay. Warm and smooth. All around. No smell or sound. Nothing to remark otherwise. Moonstone. Protection and enveloping in night. Meow indeed, Phoenix. Meow indeed. We'll have to think about this. Till then, it can function as a bookend. I think my computer dinged at me, but I don't know why. I apologize if this inquisition is an imposition to your disposition. It is not my intention to bring your attention to a matter of contention. I hate this man and the way he speaks. Okay, yes, you... Sure. Leaden heart of Thaumic art. You want a lead heart. I wish I had a metal heart. I would cross the line. They depict the god Cernunnos in his non-human form, heavier due to the core of lead hidden by a more modest exterior. Well, let's take a look at that voice of Cernunnos. So, non-human form, so some kind of stag, perhaps. Extremely heavy. I think we know what this is. Uh-huh. And for that, he gives us the entry on Corvin's Might. Sometimes called an eagle's gift, is an assassin's tool that makes use of Wixic power. When the warrior queen, Corvin, was surrounded and close to defeat, a gift came to her from an unlikely source. Gandalf the Grey. With it, she turned the tide of battle, and the legend of the Bloody Queen was born. I mean, that sounds like it's right out of the Gandalf problem-solving flowchart. Oh, I can't find a hobbit to do my dirty work? Use the eagles! That's right, Jupiter. These people and their nonsense. Angus Eaton. No, I'm not Eli. I'm glad you could notice that. You're returning an item he asked for repair. The mechanism is mangled, but you've replaced all the springs and given it a clean. Okay. So you say, good as new. Ah. I have a feeling. Gold, black gemstone, smooth. I bet. Okay. Up we go. So we need this one. And those three. Yeah. Easy enough. A book on curses and their effects. By Dr. Robertson. What is this? I have a feeling we're about to find out. Close that. Give me my key. No? Okay, fine. Black heart. The sufferer feels constricted as though it is clamped in a vice. The skin is pale and cold to the touch, and veins stand out darkly on the body. Eventually, death occurs. Characterized by a necrosis of the flesh, the afflicted will feel no pain, but the scarring has no cure. That's Braxis. Breath of Lyra. While those affected appear to be able to breathe normally, they feel as if they are choking. Curse of burning blood. The subject has the sensation of burning from the inside out. It is rarely survived, and those that do never fully recover. Morgan's insanity is a poison of the mind. Noctic sight. Speaking of increasingly vivid nightmares. The Sapphire Curse, marked by telltale blue tint to the eyes. Those under this curse are plagued by walking hallucinations. And Tormund's paralysis affects the mouth and tongue so that speech becomes impossible. We'll just, slip that in there, shall we? Thin and delicate. Green organic material, wood. Sounds hollow when tapped. This is the thing that's made out of sheep snap pods. What are you? Okay. Whatever it is, it had the image of the sheep snap plant with it. So I'm just gonna flip through here real fast and see if I can find it. Yeah, this. Lamb's Siphon. Used to reverse the effects of the Blackheart curse, a skilled hand is required to perform the procedure, drawing the curse from the body over the course of several hours. Lamb's what? Lamb's Siphon. It just seems like the kind of thing that's probably extremely useful to keep handy. What with the, goings on. Because that Black Heart curse sounds exactly like what people are dealing with. Alright, now let's see here. Verona mentioned that she was going to Calgarth Hall. Calgarth Hall is where the people are recovering. Is that 25? 25. Calgarth Hall. Calgarth Hall stands stately and pristine, its grand architecture a testament to the Calgarth family legacy. Inside, generations of wealth and influence are on display at every turn, but with the girls taken ill, no visitors are welcome. Oh. I thought we'd be able to make a difference. Oh, Eli, what's up, boss? Uh-huh. Probably for about 18 days, I imagine. You'll need to prevail on us. The Order of the Black Veil concerned more by the ravens than the black-eyed state that Mr. Hungerford was found in. Okay. It said that it would take a very powerful force indeed to upset them like that. They either weren't able or weren't willing to talk any further on the subject. Off to Oxford to check the Baudelaire Library. I mean, the Baudelaire Library. Yes, we are handling ourselves well here. Oh. Head of collections at the Boat Lane takes an interest in horticulture. Well, maybe you should go to Strange Horticulture and pick him up a special plant. You want a Scythian charm. Okay. Have we identified one of those? We have not. Carved out of wood or planetary metals, no two are identical. They encourage stubborn plants to thrive. They change with the weather, usually quite cold, warm and tingly while it's raining. Okay. It is a planetary metal, gold and silver. But it's not tingling. Gold, silver. Warmth and vibrating with energy. That sounds warm and tingly. There we go. Scythian charm. For that, Eli gave us an entry on the diverging hook. The way to carve thoughts from the mind of another. If done with skill, the third party may have no realization that the thought was ever there at all. But it is all too easy to leave a mind in disarray. Even when approached with care, the unanchored thoughts are easy to lose track of. They have a single gemstone from each of the 3 thaumic branches. I think we could identify one of those, possibly. But first... if nothing else, I'm getting tons of ideas for, magical items that that young mages would create. Gold, iron. Okay, well, let's take a look at this, then. That's not it. Diverging hook. That's it. Oh, darn it. Celestial, diurnal, an individual? Yeah, okay. This is more work than I'm willing to put in right now. Oh, Dr. Robertson. They're not responding to anything you've tried. Well, what about this book that we have that I believe you wrote? Okay. Well, let's take a look here. What does a witch's finger do? Since we can give her either of those. Uh-huh. They're capable of inflicting great pain. Cured some, finished off others. I don't know, chat. Do we give her the witch's fingers, or do we give her the restful nether? Witch's finger sounds like it could kill the patients, or it could cure the patients. Whereas the restful nether will just help them, you know, have some clarity of thought. Wouldn't do anything for their condition. I'm willing to entertain opinions. You know, do we treat the symptoms, or do we attempt a cure, a risky cure? Because we have, I believe, what I suspect to be either of these objects. My vote is on attempting to cure the disease. They do match the talon marks, that's true. But the worst case scenario, if they're wrong, is that I get a little dread. We'll try curing the disease. Or not. Alright, clearly they match the talon marks in that book. So that is not a witch's finger. Just a little dread, as a treat. Perhaps we should use the restful nether. Yeah, that's an Amphesian talon then. Yeah, so I don't think we have anything else that inflicts pain when we touch it. So yeah, I don't necessarily think we have a witch's finger then. In which case... Ah, see what I did there? In which case, I guess we're giving her the restful nether. Ooh! Ooh, that's... Okay, wrong cup. inner mind. Mentic. The Mentic School. Could be the cup with the leaf on it. Or it could be that one, but that one is... Yeah, so the purple stones are Wixic, not Mentic. And it's a stone of containment, so I don't think that's going to be it. I'm betting it's this one. I was torn initially between the two. I couldn't guess which one was which. Wow, okay. Or we could just go crazy. Okay. Bank the dice to break it. Okay. Got it. Presumably, this gets more complicated as if you go crazy more than once. Okay. So yeah, this is the only other cup then that looks like a mether in the book. I don't think we have another. Oh. I bet this is a witch's finger. Quite unpleasant to touch. Well, it wasn't necessarily secret. I just forgot about it. Okay, well, let's try this cup. No. That brings us back to the original debate. Do we try to heal them or not? Because it's entirely possible that we give her the witch's finger and it just kills them. And even then, the restful mether here is not... She's not thinking it's going to... I don't know. I think we give it a shot. Alright, that's not a witch's finger. That's something else entirely. We'll try this cup then. Vaguely. Stones of peace. But they're not meant to... Bones Guard. Small item known as a Bones Guard can be placed in any liquid to render it safe to drink. King Cedric the Meek was well known to be terrified of being poisoned and so always drank from the same goblet and always placed a Bones Guard inside. He was stabbed to death in 1203. These objects bear the mark of the antidote. Yeah, that is a pretty common gripe I have, both with this game and its predecessor, is that there are objects that will fit the descriptions they have in the books, and then it's not them for some reason. And then the object that does fit the description, it's kind of a stretch to get there. So, yeah. It can be frustrating. But hey, we recovered from going crazy. He knew what he had to do. Without hesitating, he took hold of his diverging hook and used it to cut away the infected part of his mind before it could spread and consume him entirely. Oh, a tower. I've played chess. Are we going to castle? I am closest to the sunset, but furthest from the sunrise. So, westernmost? I don't... If you're I'm closest to the sunset, but furthest from the sunrise. That just means you're on the west. Like, you're all the way in the west. So then, Hardwick Tower? Or is it something in town? Okay. Let's try Jacob's Folly again, then. No. Well, what's 24? The Bleak Stones? It just sounds like a stone circle. Closest to the sunset, but furthest from the sunrise. I mean, both of those just say I'm the westernmost thing. And Hardwick Tower is the westernmost tower in the house. Unless you're paying attention to the compass rose on the map of the house, in which case you realize that that is the westernmost tower. It got me. The view from the tower is quite beautiful, but it's what I find inside that catches my attention. In the middle of the room is an unlocked wooden chest, and within that, not one, but two smaller wooden chests, along with a cryptic scrap of paper. Something something diurnic seal, object made from silver, something diurnic field. No kitty. Smooth, polished. Does not appear to open. Unpleasant sensation at the back of our skull. Nothing to remark. Wood and gold leaf. Okay. Bronze, wood with bronze detailing. Amethyst gemstones. Could be meant to keep something in. An engraved symbol. Let's take a look. What could that symbol be? Could be nothing. Thunder. Maybe this only opens in a storm. probably. Your sister Bonnie has been acting strange lately, eh, Dr. Robertson? Okay. She never got over the death of our father. I mean, who are you to put a time clock on grief, but sure. She's always blamed Mr. Potter for his role in it. And now, with all this happening, she's got it in her head that he's behind it somehow. And you're concerned she's going to do something extremely stupid. Don't give her anything dangerous. Understood. You want to give her a keepsake to let her know she is still loved. Wooden totems, but you don't know what they're called. Sounds like a lead heart. Okay. Fine then. Let's just take a look in the index and see what we can find that's made of wood. A Scythian charm and a Zaya. Yeah, no. Okay. How about love? Is love in here? Selenic totem. Okay. Great. Jack Hungerford has not responded well to the Dranthenium tea. He appears to have sunk into a deeper trance. Okay. Great. So the restful mother didn't do anything. We still have no idea what a witch's finger is, because we don't appear to have one. Alright, now, Phoenix, you mentioned that you thought you saw... I mean, I suppose it could be a memento mori. But let's see if there's one that is just an hourglass. I have a feeling this is a Moonstone Guardian. Maybe we should go investigate High... The answer would be no. Let's go investigate High Green Church. Let's see here. High Green Church is number 4. Church is old and the roof is in need of repairs. Moss and lichen add splashes of color to the otherwise gray exterior. I wander round to the back of the church where an old yew tree stands. Its gnarled branches scratch gently against faded gravestones in the breeze. The pastor strays into my moment of quiet reflections and imparts some local lore. The tree is known as the Witch of High Green Church, and there are those that believe it to have unnatural powers. While the tree lives, the witch's fingers cut from its limbs are alleged to provide healing through pain. So are we going to collect any? Okay, let's go back to the church then. Okay, no. Apparently not. But now we know that the witch's fingers are more like a bundle of sticks. And I don't believe we have anything that meets that description. Unless it's this. Yes, they wouldn't let me in either, Verona. You've upset the little lord who lives there at some point in the past. Oh, you refuse to perform an exorcism on his house. Oh, well, isn't that just too bad? A Tenebran cloak. She wants a Tenebran cloak. Single stone, set in bronze. Okay. That does not have a stone set in it. Single stone, set in bronze. We're gonna try it. Where's it gonna happen? I go crazy again? Nope. Single stone, set in bronze. Okay, we'll try you. That is also not it. And now we go crazy again. And this is far more complicated. Okay. Well, that's a problem. Oh. Okay, so the stars can be any, but they have to match. Yeah. Or shadow, perhaps. Jupiter over here interfering. Okay. Yes, yes, Verona. Stone of water, dark stone for dark purposes. Stone of fire and fury. Could be a moonstone. Night and darkness. Could be onyx. So we're looking for either onyx or moonstone, perhaps. I don't think I have what she's looking for. Single stone set in bronze. That's not bronze, that's gold. Gold cat has a moonstone, but it's not bronze. It has to be a stone set in bronze. I mean, I suppose this could be... I'm gonna need to take a break. Okay, I'm back. Refreshed my coffee, grabbed a little bite to eat. St. Cedric's thunder is used to store the power of a single thunderclap. Alchemists have been trying to harness this power for centuries, and there are rumors that some have indeed successfully used it to transmute base metals into gold. They are placed on the tops of mountains to charge them during storms. Gemstones can be used to prevent the charge from waning over time. Ah! That's what this is. That's what this is. That's the St. Cedric's thunderclap. I mean... I say this so convinced, but, you know, I'm probably wrong because there's probably some subtle nuance that, you know, maybe. Yeah, so that makes me think this might be an ecumenical. Unpleasant sensation at the back of the skull. Yeah, I'm gonna say that's probably an ecumenical. Let's see here. This is a tenebrine cloak. Not a cloak. Cloak. And since we have now identified it, I want it off that shelf. This, I believe, is a Moonlight Guardian. Meow. Fighting evil by moonlight, winning love by daylight. She is the one named Sailor Moon. Not you, though, Jupiter. Ah, Barton Potter. You bumped into Eli. That's great. His train was late, so you had a brief chat. Oh, he remembered something to tell me. Okay, so make with the message. Oh, he left the note. You've got a little something for us if we're interested. A map of the catacombs. Okay. Very rare. How much is it going to cost me? A Valant. Okay. Dr. Robinson's book. Yeah, Eli, thanks, buddy. We did that already. Yeah. Chock full of afterthoughts that come a day late, $1 short. I am spitting fire tonight, apparently. Roughly equal size and spacing, used by the adventurers to help them find their way. A curious pulse can be felt where its power concentrates. Let's take a look at the gemstones. And let's look at anchor between body and mind is kyanite. Aquamarine is a stone of water. Say, because I was thinking maybe this. Could be a Valant. But even still, holes in a Valant are roughly of equal size and spacing. That's certainly true of that. But also true of this. Not those. Because there's only a single hole there, and these ones are not. Oh, well, that's not equal size. I mean, that's the only thing that really fits the bill. Minus the curious pulse. How about you just leave my store? Potter. How about that, Potter? Like, I don't have any other objects, right? Did I stash one somewhere? No. Not one in the cubby with the weights. Yep, they make them just vague enough. Let's go exploring the catacombs. Shall we? What's the worst that can happen? We go completely insane? The grave is old and worn. There was once an inscription but it is too faded and crumbled to read. Well, oh yeah. I mean, being trapped underground is, it doesn't sound like a good time. Okay, we're not even gonna waste time exploring any further. Like quicksand? Yeah. Okay. You found a world of darkness and despair. Your blind eyes are more open than ours have ever been. The old gods reach out through the tall stones, but we have forgotten their names and their tongue. Well, one is probably named Cthulhu. Something stirs their slumber. They want something from us. You wish you'd never been here, but yet you feel more alive than, well, I mean... You will let us know if you see more with the spirit eye. Well, thank you. Thank you for the report. Thank you. Come again. Alright. Do we have something to do with vision? Or reading? Well, you know, I can't blame her for being contrarian when I myself am a contrarian. Right? Okay. I officially just want to move on with my day. Oh, it's the sister. You feel like you're going crazy. You know who's behind the madness. You're gonna blame Potter because your name is actually... Oh no. Oh no, I've forgotten. Malfoy. Mm-hmm. Yes, yes, you're gonna take care of it. A Corvin's Might? Okay, no. No, well, I'm not giving you that. Not gonna give you a Corvin's Might. Do I have the entry on a Grey's Grace? So that I can even maybe consider giving that to her? The design of a shadow catcher. Okay. So it shares the design of a shadow hold, and it's a pendant. Pendant with a design similar to that of a shadow hold. That's that. And for that, we get a spirit vault, or the entry of a spirit vault, also known as a fetid chamber, is a receptacle used to store a wandering shroud. The interior is lined with a paste made from sulfur, hence the nickname. They are not considered dangerous, and shrouds tend to be benign, but on occasion they do not take kindly to being restrained. A faint vibration... My second-born is like that. A faint vibration of the receptacle can be felt when a shroud is within. Lady, I suggest you stop with the back sass. You could try and get a hold of a Corvin's Might, but I'm not helping you get it. I promised your sister. Alright? The good doctor made me promise. Go take it up with her. The level of sass. I don't need this level of sass. Whew. Ever have one of those sneezes that just gets stuck? Anyway, as his mind roiled in confusion, he watched through his remaining good eye as his partner lunged... apologies. Towards the satchel that contained the casket. To his horror, he saw that his partner's eyes were black. A gravestone! Oh, we're gonna have to go explore the catacombs. Not from these peasants, I'm not in the mood for sass. I don't know who they think they are. Alright, where's the gravestone that looks like this? Oh, it's right here. I squeeze through a partially collapsed passageway and emerge in a small chamber. Glinting in the flickering torchlight, I catch sight of a pendant draped across an old gravestone. That looks like amber and onyx. Brown shard of some kind, set in bronze. Leathery, perhaps some kind of tanned hide. I mean, in theory, we're going to need something to analyze the, fields in order to identify some of these. Made from basilisk scales. Permit the bearer to withstand fire and flame and remain unharmed. They, however, do not... Okay, I'm getting a feeling this is a Cyrene ward. Given that it's, you know, got leathery scale nonsense. Okay. But where's Jupiter? Jupiter disappeared. Oh, your awakening ceremony takes place at the convent. You will need a talon. Oh, hey. They share the dual-headed serpent as well. Morgan's Folly. A folly's symbol can be revealed to induce a trance-like state in anyone who casts their eye upon it, making them open to suggestibility. Precautions should be taken against unwittingly looking upon the hidden symbol for too long. This could be a Corvin's whatchamacallit. Corvin's Might. Wixic Power, Bloody Queen. Looks like it's Bird. It's Bloodstone for sure. Wixic Power. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a Corvin's Might. I'd like for Jupiter to come back, though. That's what I'm asking, Simone. Okay. You're working through the journal, but it's heavy going. I understand. Let me guess, you're going to give me a series of sketches that look like gravestones or something? Relate to the plinths. I don't know. No, this seems to match something that goes with this. I'm betting that those are like magic field patterns or something. But considering that I don't have any way to detect those, I'll just put that away for a while, for now. Right, and then there's also like putting things in here to do stuff. No. You! She threatened the cat. Give me the Corvin's Might and I'll return your cat. I peer into the gloom, but I can't see anyone amongst the trees, as if we don't know who it is. I should give her what she wants, but then again, I'm a thaumaturge. I don't always have to do what people want. Perhaps there's a better way to find out where Jupiter is. Diverging hook. A diverging hook. We are not giving her Corvin's Might. I don't care. Single gemstone from each of the 3 thaumic branches. I think this is a... It's got moonstone, onyx, and possibly amber. Amber's diurnic. Obsidian, Dradic. Or Noctic. Onyx. Oh yeah, no, that's onyx. And moonstone is Selenic. And the 3 disciplines are... Yeah, diurnic, Mentic or Wixic, Selenic or Dradic. Yep. Okay. I think that's our diverging hook. I think she can have a Corvin's Might over my dead body. She's going to tell me where our cat is. I'm going to start yelling. Selenic. Noctic. Those are not the same school. Selenic. Noctic. Diurnic. Okay. Okay. Okay, I see. I see where I messed up there. Yep, I see. Fine. Fine. Pale yellowy orange gemstone. Could be amber. Could be topaz. That's Wixic. Okay. Aquamarine. Stradic. So, and then the other one is amber, which is diurnic. Yeah. I am gonna just take the location of Jupiter right out of her head. Focus my attention on the diverging hook, searching the woman's mind hurriedly for any thought relating to Jupiter. It doesn't take long for her to realize that something is wrong. She steps out from the shadows with an enraged look on her face and lunges at me, causing me to slice wildly with that diverging hook. Her feelings of anger flow through the hook into me and scatter. She stumbles forwards, confused now. And I try again, this time latching onto a swirling image of Jupiter's face, and I cut once more. I learn instantly that Jupiter is safely stowed aboard the Mary Bell, and I back away uncertainly, feeling a complex mixture of anger and pity at the now placid woman in front of me. So we lobotomized her, but that's her own... It's her own damn fault. That's her own fault. I don't care. She deserved it. She totally deserved it. If her sister comes at me, it was self-defense and cat defense. So it's on a... Jupiter's on a ship. The Mary Bell. The Mary Bell is an old paddle steamer that hasn't been in working condition for many years. There is nobody around, or nobody that I can see at least, so I climb over the railing and start peering through the grimy windows. As I approach the far side of the boat, I hear a desperate crying coming from behind a windowless door. I try the handle and it opens to reveal an unimpressed cat with mismatched eyes. Jupiter. He springs from his prison into my arms. I hold him tight to my chest and he rubs my chin with the back of his head, purring with delight. Very good. Very good. And we get an achievement for rescuing Jupiter. I'm genuinely angry at that woman. You think you've been cursed? Uh-huh. Stranger came up to you. In the bar. Handed you a book titled The Changes of Dr. Learmonth before leaving. So you took the book home, you read the first page, and you've been having terrible nightmares that are getting worse. Dr. Robertson sent you to me. Thanks, Dr. Robertson. Sapphire Curse? No. Noctic Sight? Yeah, Noctic Sight. Okay. And what do we need for that? A Moonstone Guardian. Right, so you're not a Moonlit Guardian, you're a Moonstone Guardian. Here. The most powerful guardian totem that I have. It's a kitty. And you give us the entry for an ascus, allowing the bearer to breathe underwater. This sensation is said to be most unusual since it requires one not to breathe at all. Those that use an ascus for extended periods sometimes forget to breathe once they are back on dry land and subsequently pass out. The core is cold to the touch, but the ring, sometimes called the halo, stays warm. No, the Moonstone Guardian can stay here because it's a kitty and I like it. As do I. I like the face on this kitty, too. How dare that woman? Still angry about it. Verona. Not much that can unsettle you these days, but you found something at Calgarth Hall that you'd rather you hadn't. In the cellar where they found those two poor girls, you came across a bubbling black mess that was oozing from the rock itself. There's a sickness in Undermere. It's in the earth and the water, and it's spreading. Yes, Verona, I guess it will have to come down to you to find out where it's coming from. If it's underground, then underground's where you'll start. See if you can find something in the catacombs. Oh. You won't go into the catacombs without a sextrum. Okay, let's see if we can find her a sextrum. Protects against insanity. Items like the mind. Okay, so... Mentic School, right? What stones are Mentic? Malachite? Malachite. Ah, and kyanite. Protects against insanity. Well, insanity we know is like that weird dual ram's horn thing. Protection is this double diamond. Okay, so do I have anything that has kyanite stones in it with the double diamond motif? Not really, but... Oof. That hit us hard. I mean, this has symbols that are protection and insanity. Okay. And Verona gave us a Fortinance entry. Can enhance physical strength and restore strength that's been sapped, whether by exertion or a hex. They're made of stone or iron and usually take the form of a small totem. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't mind some of that Fortinance. He tried to use the diverging hook on his partner, as he had done on himself, but he could find no part of him that had not been taken over by the infection. His partner's hands ripped at the satchel, tearing it open and sending the black casket tumbling out. I guess we're going back to the catacombs. Below a moon that does not shine, there is no mark upon my shrine. In the dark, but not alone, my neighbor bears a cross of stone. Oh, okay. Below a moon that does not shine. There's a moon. There's a moon. There's a moon. There's a moon. There is no mark upon my shrine. In the dark. Uh-huh. I find the blank tombstone without too much trouble, but there is nothing else here. Feeling foolish, I begin to make my way back to the surface when suddenly I see it. Tucked away in a natural crack in the rock wall. A stone totem. This is what I came for. Nothing to remark. Pitted stone and raised detailing. Gold. What's that symbol? Strength. We just got the book entry for that. Ordnance, right? Yep, stone or iron. We'll just stick that up there, shall we? I've traveled a long way searching for an eye of the forest. You've read stories of the Dreyer of old who would hunt in partnership with an eagle, seeing what they see, soaring on the wind. I do not believe we have ever seen anything about this custom, but you want an eye of Cernunnos. Have we identified one of those? Powerful and not be used carelessly. We have not come across one. To enter the minds of lesser creatures. Okay, worth a try. Slow down and think, Rogue. Could be we're looking for something with that symbol on it. The circle with the moon on top. But I don't know that we have anything like that. I'm about to go crazy again. Alright, well, as Cernanos himself wielded an eye. Well, we have a picture of him in here. Right? Let's take a look. Aha! Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay. And for that, we get a Zephyrum entry. Resonant objects give off a faint odor that will be familiar to any thaumaturge. It is the scent of the storm, of ozone and power, the scent of magic. When these vapors are inhaled deeply, they can unlock deep wells of anger and channel them into a maelstrom. It's the power of the west wind. Set that over here. David! No, she's... Oh, I hope she didn't get lost in the catacombs. Yeah, me too. If you could spare the time, we'd appreciate your help. There's something unusual in our house. You can't miss us. We're the only detached house on Ruskin. Okay, let's find Ruskin. Glanbrook, Morehouse, Heath Lane, North Street, Church Street, Pinewood, Ferryman's Way, Mill Lane, Ruskin Street, the only detached house. I am greeted by a tired-looking middle-aged woman who immediately offers me tea. I gratefully accept, enjoying the social ritual before we meander towards the point of my visit. She leads me up the stairs and into the attic. A small window does little to dispel the gloom, but our eyes slowly adjust. Then we hear the voices. At first, I think it's the house creaking in the wind. Soft murmuring groans that seem to come from the walls themselves, but then I start to feel as though conversation is happening, too quiet to make any sense of. Well, then, let's use a hearing charm. With the hearing charm, I suddenly find myself able to pick up every small sound without difficulty. The whispered voices become clearer, and my heart beats faster as I hear what they are saying. They are discussing a section of the wall where some of the bricks are loose. Carefully, I pull them away to reveal a small cavity. Inside, to my horror, is a human skull, its dark eyes staring lifelessly back at me. At the insistence of the voices, I reach inside the cavity and my hand closes around an unusual-looking item. Immediately, the voices fall silent, and my heightened senses are left with the whooshing drumbeat of the blood being pumped around my body. Okay. Well, I guess let's take a few minutes, and let's see. We have a suspected ecumenical. Mental fog. Nothing to remark. Smooth, raised detailing. Green gemstone. Bronze. We have a suspected Ares remnant. Cold to the touch, but the ring, sometimes called the halo, stays warm. Objects bear the mark of the antidote, but we don't know what the mark of the antidote is. Thank you, book, for going ahead and just messing with me. So an ethereal key. Designed to be hidden from prying eyes. Move the object in a circular motion. The key is revealed by its gemstone of light. Rare items. That's not what this is, right? No. Not generally known about outside of thalamic circles. Gemstones of night power the concealment of the charm. We've already got something that we think is a fortinance. Heart chamber. Olgar's followers believe that when he slew it, he trapped its soul along with its power, and known as the Wraith Chamber. Our chambers are based on this object, but they have metamorphosed over time into a way to keep those dear to us close to heart after death. Something tells me that it's one of these things that he has on him. Resonant objects. Resonance compass and a Zephyrum. Okay. We've identified all of those. Shimmer. Do we have something that looks vaguely like that impression? Maybe? Shin, something made with the materials with a connection to the ocean. And then the spirit vault. Veiled Fen. Brightly colored in the light, but clouds over after a short period in total darkness. Let's test that. I mean, that's the only total darkness I can think of getting. Pearlescent blue glass. Doesn't seem to have changed at all. despite being hung up in a chamber that was completely dark. Eh, whatever. Moving on. Grenville Pierce. My father's sword has a space in the hilt where a shimmer should go, but he sold it. Shoot, now I have to find a shimmer. Okay. So now I need a shimmer. Okay. What do I have that has this kind of pattern? I don't think it's that. I don't think it's that. Well, we know it's none of these. Maybe this? Okay, the Knight of Thorns, great. Slot into armor or weaponry. Induce a calm rage. We have nothing to remark. I mean, the holes look like they would match up with that. Let's give it a try. Aha. Babelia. The meaning of the unusual markings on a babelia is not clear. They resemble a mantic field pattern, but the items themselves do not produce a mantic field. They can be used to aid with translation of foreign texts, although they require some skill to make full use of. This ability does not transfer to spoken language. Okay, so we know this is a shimmer. You can live over there, Shimmer. Oh. Let's stick this in here for a little longer, shall we? Maybe that'll make the difference. Okay. Next customer. Freddie Lamb. You work at the steel mill in Keswick, and you don't think that there's one of us that hasn't suffered a nasty burn. You have anything that can protect against that sort of thing? Protection from burns, eh? Burning blood. About fire. A siren ward, perhaps? It's in here, isn't it? Sure is. Very good, very good. Solemn Mether. Of the three types of Mether, the solemn variety is considered the most powerful. Permits the drinker to forge pathways in the mind, to recall that which has been forgotten, or to repair that which has been broken. It will produce a notably stronger thaumic field than the other two types. Oh, you found that down the side of the counter? Yeah, sure. Oh. Oh. It's the piece we were missing. And now we have access to the thaumic lens. Oh, I see. I see. Okay. Okay. I get it. So that's not a diurnic field. Okay. Well, let's see here. That is clearly a diurnic field. Okay. Oh, that's nifty. Okay. So this has a diurnic field. Okay. Alright, that... is interesting. That is very interesting. Unfortunately, we still don't know what any of those fields mean. But hey. Judgment is coming. We worship the warrior not out of love, but because he is powerful. Because he demands our fear. What use is a god you are not afraid of? Those of us who have read Holgar's teachings have known about the prophecy for a long time, and now the casket will finally be opened. It contains the final lesson for those who will not kneel. It contains his retribution against the sinful. It contains his divine rage. Okay. You need a veiled fen. Do we have one of those? Brightly colored in the light, but it clouds over after a short period in total darkness. Oh. Oh, hey. Would you look at that? As soon as I start closing this, the light goes away. Okay. Brightly colored in the light, but clouds over after a short time in total darkness, but I mean, I don't know what fits that description. Oh. Uh-huh. Ta-da! A witherance is the inverse of a fortinance and is sometimes put to more malicious use. These can be crafted from stone like the fortinance, but wood is more commonly used. So do we have anything that bears marks of weakening? That maybe? Deception? No, none of those really fit. Weakness is like that triangle. Looks like an op amp. I don't think we have anything that has that kind of mark on it. No. That's fine. Just gonna end the day and move on. The two men fought as the heavens opened and lightning flashed across the night. One man wrestled the casket from the other's grasp, and leaped astride his horse, galloping off into the cold, wet darkness. Oh, it's an interesting pattern of buildings. Okay. Understood. Understood. See if we can find any of these. Chat, you let me know if you see any of these buildings. This looks like it would be the most distinctive and easiest to find. There, perhaps? The Twinnings? And then... if that's the Twinnings... this is that symbol in the lower right. Right here. But I'm not seeing this one. Unless it's this series of buildings right here, I suppose. So then what's in the middle of all three of these? The whole of King Edward Street? Okay. When I draw back the curtain, I am unable to control my exclamation of horror. Behind the dark red velvet is a silent, squirming, seething mass of eyes, all shiny and wet and alive. Fear takes hold before my mind catches up, and I understand what I am looking at. And when I do, I realize that it is looking right back at me. The object I am looking for sits on a small shelf below, and the eyes watch as I snatch it and get out of there as fast as I can. Okay. What's that mark? It's like poison, but upside down. Just make sure it doesn't match anything else. I think this is a bone guard or a whatever that is that the one king would put in all his drinks. A bones guard, yes. Pitted, maybe from being exposed to drinks. Made of stone. Yeah. I'm gonna guess this is probably a bones guard. We finally located the wreck of the Orion out in the lake. Sadly, our funding has run out and we can't afford expensive diving equipment. But we put our heads together and wondered if there was another way. Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi, you're our only hope. You need something that's going to let you breathe underwater. Okay. Well, we read about something that allows people to breathe underwater. Was it the Babelia? No. Ah, it was the Ascus. Okay. Core of the item is cold to the touch, but the ring, sometimes called the halo, stays warm. Hard and cool, but the halo stays warm. Alright. I mean, it was worth a shot. Okay. Breathing. No, it's definitely kyanite. Anchor between body and mind. But it is a ring. Core of the item is cold to touch, though. You'd be looking for aquamarine. It'd be a stone of water. If we're looking for one of air... there isn't one. So, aquamarine. Do I try this thing again? First customer of the day and I'm gonna go crazy. Literally. Earth and of nature, no. Allows the bear to breathe underwater. Because you don't breathe at all. Yeah, and the Ascus is the only thing... Yeah, okay. That doesn't help us. I mean, she wouldn't be in here asking for something we don't have. So I have to have it. And yet, the only two objects that I have that would possibly be it don't fit the bill. This is exceedingly frustrating. Yeah, she's clearly asking for this. But I don't see that I have one. Okay, time to go crazy. That. Although these are similar in form to thaumic needles, Gowidian sirens serve a very different purpose. They create a strong compulsion, like a siren's call, that can be used to divert attention. Oh, that was exceedingly frustrating. But at least we didn't go insane yet. Oh, the Spirit Eye has revealed more. You know what the Nameless Gods are after. A box of some description. They have no name for it, but they say we call it the Nalian Casket. Okay. One moment, viewers. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Phoenix. Only the best. Most professional content creation here available to you at twitch.tv/arcanerogue. My eldest was in my office and I had to speak with him, and I thought I had unmuted, but apparently not. Okay, so we need to figure out what an ethereal key. We need to identify an ethereal key. When activated by moving the object in a circular motion, the key is revealed by its gemstone of light. They are rare items and not generally known outside of thalamic circles. Gemstones of the night power the concealment charm. Okay. Well, the only gemstone of light I can think of is amber. So, what is the gemstone of the night? Moonstone. And onyx. Okay. This is the ethereal key. Okay. We'll just put that over here. Okay, and now what do you want? An ambra. Mental fog, withering of intellect and thought. They're slow to work. They have a noctic field. Well, that looks like a resonance compass. It has no field whatsoever. That could be it. What's this symbol? That symbol is weakness, isn't it? Yeah, weakness. So I think that's the opposite of the strengthening thingy that we read about. The opposite of the fortunance, right? So that's probably the witherance. What is that little statue there? Confusion. Right, that's the symbol for confusion. Nothing to remark, nothing to remark. White paint. Slow to work. They produce a noctic field. Okay. However, it says here, hypnosis. No. That's the other thing that we read about that keeps you... The Babelia? No. Mm-mm. Morgan's Folly. Yeah. Okay, so that's a Morgan's Folly. And if we get this wrong, we're in trouble. So... I think this is what she's after. And if not, we're about to go crazy. Okay. Three different elements make up a pit, allegedly represent the earth, the sun, and death, or darkness. The Dradic, Diurnic, and Noctic. These energies balance in such a way that the objects do not produce a recognizable thaumic field. They can be directed to emit powerful vibrations capable of cracking solid rock. Okay. So you are an Umbra. You can go over here. Interesting. I wonder if there's a way to adjust the resonance on this resonance compass. That's interesting. Okay, Bonnie. Uh-huh. That's okay. We understand. Thank you. Found a soul washed up on the lakeshore. An older lady, by the sounds of it, drowned. Hopefully not the lady that we gave that, Nope, her eyes were all black. Okay, you want a bones guard. There you go. So if a symbol is rendered upside down with a mark under it, that means the opposite. Great, he paid us with a hand. Fantastic. Crisscross screws. A stone hand. We'll just put that in the forbidden section, shall we? And that definitely That we saw that. That might be a heart chamber. Right? Because we can see that, you know, Holgar's wearing it. That's probably his mark on the inside. Blessings. Alright, so I'm gonna guess that's probably a heart chamber. Yes, Holgar's pieces of flair. Gwydion Siren. Display of Gwydion objects. Oh, great. Okay. Let's take a look at the resonance compass entry. Point towards nearby resonant objects, the only objects that can be detected in this way. Highly prized both by thaumaturges and those who collect occult curiosities. Well, I suppose that looks kind of like this, but it's not quite. Let's see. What else haven't we identified? Pit. 3 different elements that make up a pit allegedly represent the earth, the sun, and death. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna give us anything. Shin. Solemn Mother's Spirit Vault. Atomic Needle. Weight decreases upon heating. Fear and Paranoia. Okay. Well, we might not have the book entries needed to determine what those items are. So we'll just move on. The rider was lucky. He made it to Backbarrow and found refuge there and was nursed back to health. He would later discover his left eye was permanently blackened, like his partner's eyes had been. This has happened before, and all of this will happen again. Cue Battlestar Galactica. To my left, the day. To my right, the night. So something that faces south? Let's look at the catacombs real quick. To my left, the day. To my right, the night. Is there something that has, like, a tomb that... Yes. I find the row of 3 tombs in the upper levels of the catacombs. The cool darkness is strangely calming at times down here, and I sit for a while in quiet contemplation. When I rouse from my thoughts, I look down at my feet and find an item there. Had it been there all along? I never noticed when I sat down. Little totem. You know, my baby has rattles that make that sound. Deception. Deception. Soft tinkling sound when it moves. A little warmer on the rings than expected. And on this disc, hard but smooth. Gold. Oak. We'll just put that in the forbidden section. David. Okay. Oh no. Yeah, me too. I hope Verona didn't die. That would be bad. According to family legend, an ancestor of mine hid an item of thaumic significance in his burial chamber. It has never been found, but not for lack of trying. I was tempted to search for it myself until I learned that it was in the catacombs in a place known as the Hall of Shields. Perhaps it's better to leave it to those who know what they are doing. Well, we saw a Hall of Shields. As I descend further into the catacombs, a strange sensation comes over me. It is not fear, although fear is mixed with it. With cold clarity, I know at once what it is. I have entered an area known as the Depths, a place where few have been and fewer have returned from, including possibly Verona. Not even Palians can clear the air here and render it safe to breathe, but there is a way. Slate miners inhale the vapors produced by a spirit called a wandering shroud. They say it invigorates their senses and stays the mind rot that would otherwise consume them. It would be dangerous to continue exploring down here without following their lead. Well, we know of an object that is meant to contain a wandering shroud. So let's look that up. Excuse you, book. The shield charm and the spirit vault. The spirit vault is what I'm thinking of here. Receptacle used to store a wandering shroud. The interior is lined with a paste made from sulfur. Not considered dangerous. Faint vibration of the receptacle can be felt when a shroud is held within. If I recall correctly, this vessel has a smell like a rotten egg. I think that's it. Yes. I try to breathe in vapors from the wandering shroud, but to my horror, I realize the spirit vault is empty. My vision starts to blur as the cloying air of the depths fills my lungs and I stagger away in a daze. When I at last reach the surface, I take deep breaths of fresh air, but my lungs ache for some time after. I need to be more careful. I have written to Barton Potter. He will know where to find a wandering shroud. Nancy, you don't look too good. You went exploring in Heathwood and came across a grave. It was overgrown with dark brambles, so you started to clear them to get a better look at the inscription, and then you read the inscription. I'm bad. The thorns were thick and menacing. Okay. No. No. Not burning blood. Ah. The black heart. heart of the sufferer feels constricted as though it is clamped in a vice. The skin is pale and cold to the touch, and veins stand out darkly on the body. Eventually, death will occur. Okay. So do we have something that will... Lamb siphon. A lamb siphon should help alleviate the Black Heart curse. Truth conduit. These items are used by tricksters and swindlers to distort and deceive. They do not warrant the designation of dark article that some want to apply to them, but they can be and have been used maliciously. Ah, okay. That's the thingy we found. This here is a truth conduit. Ironic, given that it's meant to deceive. Thaddeus White. You're right, I don't know you, but it is time you introduce yourself. You're the curator of the Museum of History in Undermere. Okay. Oh, you're Eli's brother. Okay. Yes, he did leave town. He left me in charge again. Okay. He'd turn you away without even looking at it. I see. A pendant. Gold, wood, and jade. Takes great effort to tear our eyes away. We'll just set that over there for now. Hey, Simone. Yes, we found Jupiter. Yeah, about your mom. She kind of disappeared. Uh-huh. Okay. Reference to a vault of some kind. A spirit vault, perhaps? 3 resonant objects. Lightest first, heaviest last. Alright, so this would be a resonance compass then. So the Umbra. Oh no, it's picking up on the Umbra. Okay. The Evocant. Or the Elvastone. Okay, it was the Elvastone it was picking up on. And the Umbra. And then there was a third one. It looks like Corvin's Might. Okay. Drag the scale over, I suppose. Corvin's Might is heavier than the Elvastone. Heavier than the Umbra. So it would be last. And the Elva Stone is heavier than the Umbra. As expected. Darn it. Go on the pedestal, dagnabbit. Ah. Okay. So 6, 4, and 11. And from that we get this thing. Unusual, you can't put your finger on it. Emits a low hum. Not hot, but energetic. Okay. Well, hopefully we'll find out what that is. Yes. Yes, you got a fright. Please don't tell me it was Verona. Okay, good. It's not. Okay. Okay. Very good. Very good. That is a good question. Why did she try to swim across the lake? Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so we need a thermic needle. Okay. We need a thermic needle. Welp. Reach into the mind of the recently deceased. Weight of these tall items decreases when heated. Okay. So it's tall, and it's going to have a weight that decreases when it's heated. This is one of the few things that I can think of that is tall. It's 2 pounds. If I hold a candle on it, does that decrease its weight? I don't genuinely know how to heat something. Like, I don't know if holding it over the candles will do it. But it doesn't seem to be affecting it. Maybe. I mean, it doesn't seem to do anything. Hmm. Okay. Wait a minute. Didn't that weigh 2 pounds before? Maybe not. Let's try that. Yeah, that's... no idea. Oh, well, then there's this object. Or maybe I hold it over the candle. No. Yeah, see, that's... I'm not sure how to heat something. Say, because I'm running low on tall objects. Hmm. I mean... that's the only way I could think of to heat something, and that doesn't seem to be doing anything to any of the quote-unquote tall objects that I have. Am I missing something? The mind. So... malachite? Or perhaps vivinite. Because that has to deal with the dead. Oh, well, okay, so this is the witch sign, so that confirms that this is a witch's finger. Hmm. Anchor between body and mind. I mean, am I gonna try this again? Let's take a look. What does a mantic field look like? It looks like that. It's definitely putting out a mantic field. But it's not a thaumic needle. Hey, Knight. That puts out a diurnic field. That's not a mantic field. That's not a mantic field. This is the only thing I have that's tall and has a mantic. No, the compass, it's just a resonance compass. I don't think it does anything. I mean, we'll try. Yeah, no. How about this? No. This? No. Just shaking my head in frustration. I would like to know how one heats up an object in this game. You know, you would think that, Knight, but like, do you put the candle next to it? Do you hold it over top of the candle? It doesn't seem to make a difference no matter what I do. I've tried putting the candle on the here and then moving this. I mean, we know this is an atomic needle, so it's not gonna matter. You know, but like, this should change weight if the candle is affecting it, you would think. But it doesn't seem like the candle is affecting it in any way. Maybe I need all the candles. There. Like, Huh. Hmm. Maybe that's it? No. I mean, is it this? No. This is bizarre. Does the resonance compass point to anything else? No. Right? Well, let's pet Jupiter. Let's take a look at our clues. Maybe there's something else that I'm missing. Yeah, that's what I'm wondering if maybe this and this play together. But then I've got to find 3 objects that have these 3 fields. Oh, there's number 2. There's an object for number 2. There's an object for number 1. Now I just need to find something that fits number 3. No. Darn it, I know there's one of them. We have something that'll work. It's Mentic. That's not it. No, not St. Cedric's Thunder. Ah, there we go. That'll work. Excuse us. We'll be right back. Gold detailing over stone. Warm and smooth. Weighs 2 pounds, a little under 2 pounds. Hey, would you look at that? Uh-huh. Oh, that was harder than it needed to be. Sometimes called a Hand of Jupiter or a Fire Palm, a loam is an item with enticing power. It can reverse the signs of aging, but anyone who has played that game knows that it can only last so long before time catches up. And when it does, it hits harder. That's probably a Jupiter's Palm. Right? Thanks, game, for telling us how to heat stuff. You know, honestly, I am feeling extremely frustrated with this game tonight. I think I am gonna maybe play through to the end of this day. You know, I don't really know if I really care if Holgar finds me worth saving. You want a Morgan's Folly or a Fortinance? I'm giving this woman a Morgan's Folly. No. I'll give her a Fortinance. Because that will make her stronger. It won't just trick her people. Tormund's Bane. These can be rolled along the tongue to cure Tormund's paralysis or worn about the neck to protect against the curse. Like most items that ward against curses, they emit a diurnic field pattern. Okay. Ah, and here's our final Dramatis Personae, Thaddeus White. Ugh. Honestly, this game has taxed my patience immensely today. So I think it is time for me to call it a night. And I think we're going to raid over to H.C. Bailey, who is doing some Evil East Chronicles. I will see you all in the next stream.